Tinubu became multi-billionaire. Welcome to the news and please subscribe to our channel. I came across this interesting book titled Politics, P-O-O-R-L-I-T-C-S, The Little Boy from Goniri and the Progressive Manifesto. It is a biography of Bukar Abba Ibrahim, a three-time governor of Yobe State and a three-time senator of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, co-written with Sam Aga Igwu. From the acknowledgement, Bukar Ibrahim thanked Mr. Gudi Ibru for facilitating the launching of the book, adding that without his provision of money and facilities, it would not have been done. Going through this book, I came across this interesting piece on Bola Tinubu, the presidential aspirant. Please listen. Since I came to the Senate in 2007, I had continuously agitated for the unity of the progressives. A lot of progressive individuals and progressive parties and movements were also agitating for unity. We all knew that for us to defeat the PDP, we had to emerge and battle the Colossus. The real major story started with Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the political genius and business guru, whose story is the stuff of legends. Become a promoter with USA company. In 2007, when I was campaigning for presidency, Tinubu arrived to convince us to join his party, the Action Congress, or for his party to merge with our party, the ANPP. Tinubu was a stalwart in that democratic revolutionary movement, National Democratic Coalition, NADEC Onadeko, that fought General Sani Abacha to a standstill. He became the governor of Lagos State when we returned to democracy in 1999. His party then was Alliance for Democracy (AD), which controlled all the states in the southwest zone. By 2003, General Olusegun Obasanjo of the ruling PDP applied his notorious garrison politics and scattered the entire AD in the southwest, capturing all the southwest states except Lagos State. General Obasanjo then unleashed a witch-hunt assault on Tinubu, who resisted it alone as the rest of AD and Southwest crumbled to PDP. In the scenario reminiscent of the famous David and Goliath story, Tinubu absorbed the full might of the federal government and, like the woolly fox he is, matched Obasanjo militaristic, Machiavellian machinations with his Yoruba Jaguda rough politics. He became unanimously crowned the Jagaban of Yorubaland and the Lion of Budelun, named after his strict address in Ikoyi, Lagos. He was mocked, blackmailed, railroaded, and his local government funds withheld. The rest of Nigeria thought Tinubu was finished, but that was the best thing that ever happened to Lagos State and to Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Necessity, they say, is the mother of invention. Tinubu responded by doing what no state government has done for decades. He turned to taxation. With the discovery of crude oil in Nigeria, taxation of the citizenry had become a dirty word. Since the Nigeria-Biafra Civil War, as the pre-war taxation of the colonial civil servant became a weak memory, the act of taxation disappeared. Nigeria guzzled itself fast and lazy on the free lagos of nature. Everything else collapsed, wind on crude oil. Every state went every month, cup in hand, to beg the monthly federal allocation bazaar in Abuja. With funds for his state withheld illegally, Tinubu sought a self-help route. He started taxing the people of Lagos and soon became quite adept at extracting money out of his citizens. His genius here was turning once reluctant taxpayers into willing taxpayers by delivering visible projects that made the people happy. They backed him in his battle with Obasanjo by actively paying the taxes. Lagos being a highly industrialized commercial capital and with traders from all parts of the federation, the revenue potential proved to be huge. Tinubu reinverted taxation and amassed more wealth for Lagos than Nigeria offered from the federal account. His success thoroughly disgraced Obasanjo. Tinubu also struck a personal gold mine. He kept the secret of his amazing fundraising for Lagos State. He formed a company called Alphabet and entered into a deal with the subsequent Lagos State government to tax for them. The deal was simple. They either had to rely on the federal allocation or let his company raise massive resources for them through taxation. The Lagos State government agreed and the rest was history. Bola Tinubu became a multi-billionaire almost overnight. Love him or hate him, Bola Ahmed Tinubu is simply an astounding businessman with interest in tax consultancy, hotels, newspaper, television, oil and air transport. Some consider what he did in Lagos as corruption, but technically it was a legal street business proposal from which both parties benefited enormously. Lagos was awash with money and embarked on grandiose projects. Tinubu became a magnet with sprawling business interests across Nigeria and Africa. Tinubu invested his extra money in creating a new political party, the Action Congress. He now had the financial muscle to start fighting for the state and the southwest zone, which were taken from him by General Obasanjo, using unfair PDP garrison policies of violence and electoral rigging. He approached ANPP in 2007 as I was campaigning for the presidential candidacy of the ANPP. I had known Tinubu since the Nadeko days and knew how irresponsibly irresistible he could be. If you do not want to say yes to Bola Tinubu, the best thing to do is to avoid him at all costs. He would not rest till you say yes. He came to meet me while on the presidential campaign trail. After visiting Adamu Aliero, then governor of Kebbi State, Aliero had agreed to emerge and told me so. When he came to me, I had no choice but to agree. Then he virtually dragged all of us to Lagos State Governor's Lodge in Asokoro District, Abuja. Bola Ahmed Tinubu is not a normal human being. He's either a superhuman or he's a supernatural. He is possessed by an indescribable energy. He's a human hurricane parading himself as a Homo sapien. He sucks up everything in its path with great force and movement. It is very difficult to resist his energy. When we gathered in the Lagos Government Lodge, all sorts of people were there. All the ex-governors of AD they were deceived by Obasanjo to lose their seats were there, sitting with rage. It was a beehive of furious progressives and angry conservatives dumped by Obasanjo. The biggest catch was Atiku Abubakar, the former vice president under General Obasanjo. Tinubu kept pushing for the idea of the merger. At that time, it could not happen, but then the idea had been strongly planted and the steam began gathering slowly. Bola Tinubu came out with Atiku Abubakar and they ran as Action Congress of Nigeria but got nowhere. Omar Ramosiyarado of PDP won, assisted with a little rigging. General Buhari and ANPP were also defeated. For 2011, Tinubu's ACN has 6 states behind it and Buhari had broken up with ANPP and formed his CPC. At the last moment, they tried to merge, but this proved impossible. The biggest problem was their egos. Buhari was a former general and head of state. He probably felt that Tinubu should be subservient to him. However, he had no state or proven political party machinery behind him, and his fledgling CBC might not be able to record any achievement at the election. He had little funds. Tinubu came with his 6 states and very deep pockets, so he probably expected to dictate the terms and for Buhari to bow before him. They eventually disagreed, citing legal and political hurdles. They went into election. Buhari polled his 12 million votes across northern Nigeria, beating Tinubu's ACN. It became clear that if he could secure Buhari's support, the progressive could win. Democracy is a game of numbers, not just deep pockets. Okay, on this note, we've come to the end of the news. We say thank you for tuning in to listen. Until I come your way next time, enjoy the rest of the day.